Our universe is whispering a new story. It is a story of profound change. This story is not written in old books of stone. It is written in the language of light and energy. We are standing at a remarkable threshold. Ancient wisdom, modern science. This meeting point is sparking a revolution in human consciousness. We are beginning to understand the world is not as it seems. Our senses show a solid, predictable reality. A deeper truth is emerging. Let us imagine life as a grand cinematic experience. Not just any film, but the most immersive, multi-sensory epic ever conceived. A film filled with breathtaking highs that leave us soaring, heart-wrenching lows that carve us into who we are, and those quiet, interstitial moments of profound revelation that change everything. This is a story uniquely ours, a living tapestry woven from light, sound, and feeling, unfolding frame by precious frame, moment by sacred moment. The entire production, the vibrant colors of a sunset, the complex score of a city, the intimate texture of a lover's touch is being rendered in real time, exclusively for an audience of one, you. In this personal film, each of us is the undeniable protagonist. We are not a side character in someone else's narrative. The entire universe of the story, every event, every character, every twist and turn, is experienced through our central consciousness. We are on a hero's journey, whether we know it or not, called to adventure, facing trials that test our limits and discovering strengths we never knew we possessed. The entire plot moves forward because we do. But here is the great plot twist. This film is not projected onto an external screen. There is no silver screen out there. It is projected from within the luminous, infinite space of our own consciousness. The projector is the heart and mind, and the film is made of our beliefs, memories, and expectations. The vibrant, sensory world we perceive, the solidity of the ground beneath our feet, the warmth of the sun on our skin is a masterpiece of our own making, painted with astonishing detail onto the living canvas of our awareness. Every sight, every sound, every feeling is a deliberate brushstroke. This is why two people can stand in the exact same spot at the exact same time and experience two completely different movies, one a comedy and one a tragedy. This means we hold every key creative role. We are the director, choosing where to point the camera of our attention, setting the tone and mood of each scene. We are the writer, crafting the inner monologue and the overarching narrative that gives our experiences meaning. And we are the star, the one who bravely steps onto the set each day to embody the story, to feel it all, and to bring the character ourself to life. We are the trinity of creator, narrator, and experiencer of this magnificent self-created movie. And yet, for a long time, most of us have believed we were just actors reading from a pre-written script. We felt bound by the plot, trapped by circumstance, reciting lines we didn't write. We played roles handed to us by family, society, and our own deeply ingrained limiting beliefs. The script of I'm not worthy, or life is a struggle, or this is just how I am. We moved through scenes that felt predetermined and unchangeable, our story seemingly written by an indifferent external author. We felt like automatons, going through the motions in a film we didn't choose, our own creative power forgotten, our potential locked away in dusty, unread pages of what could be a library of unlived lives. But a great awakening is occurring. We are finding the script in our hands and a pen beside it. We are discovering the quantum remote control. This is the moment the character in the film looks directly into the camera, suddenly aware of the entire production. We are realizing that we can do more than just change the channel from a tragedy to a comedy. We can rewrite the entire script from the first page to the last. We can change the genre itself from a story of limitation to an epic of boundless potential. This incredible power is being handed to us by the profound meeting of modern science and ancient spirituality. For millennia, spirituality has told us that we are more than our physical bodies. We are spirit boundless, eternal, and free. Sages and mystics have long taught that our inner world creates our outer world. Now, quantum science arrives, speaking a different language but telling the same story. It shows us the mechanism. It reveals that the universe isn't a collection of fixed, separate objects, but a dynamic, interconnected web of shimmering energy and information, a field of infinite potential, and our consciousness, our focused awareness, is the crucial element. It is the observer that interacts with this field, collapsing endless waves of possibility into the single concrete reality we experience. The universe is not just happening to us, it is responding through us, with us, and as us. This quantum soup is a fluid field of infinite possibilities, patiently waiting for our attention to give it form. Attention is the sculptor's chisel. When we place our focused attention, infused with clear intention and elevated emotion, on a new story, a story of health, of abundance, of love, a new reality begins to coalesce from the field and form around us, like a sculpture emerging from clay. To understand this, consider a man named Leo. For years, his life movie was a tense thriller titled Anxiety. The cinematography was shaky and claustrophobic, the soundtrack a constant, low hum of dread. Then, he learned about the observer effect and the power of his own consciousness. He began a new practice, deciding to become the conscious director of his film, not just its terrified star. The observer effect is one of the most profound discoveries in all of science. In the quantum world, a particle like an electron exists in a cloud of all possibilities. It is a wave of potential. But the moment a scientist decides to measure it, the wave collapses. The act of looking turns infinite potential into a single, concrete reality. Your consciousness is the observer. Your reality is the quantum field of infinite possibilities. They are waiting for the director, which is you, to call them onto the stage. Your attention is the spotlight. Think about a garden. The quantum field is like rich, fertile soil. Your thoughts and intentions are the seeds you plant. If you plant seeds of doubt and fear, you will harvest a garden of weeds. The soil is neutral, it simply grows what is planted. We can consciously choose which seeds to plant. We can choose love, abundance, health, joy. This requires discipline, daily practice. Our senses paint a picture of a solid, predictable world, a world of separate objects and linear time. But this is only a sliver of the full spectrum of reality. Beyond this familiar world, science itself is pulling back a curtain, revealing a realm that operates on principles that defy our everyday logic. Here, in the quantum domain, we discover entanglement, a strange and beautiful mystery. It's a phenomenon so counterintuitive that it deeply troubled even Albert Einstein, who famously called it spooky action at a distance. It challenges not just our science, but our very perception of separation and connection. To grasp this, imagine a single, unified source of light that decays, giving birth to two new particles. These are not just siblings, they are cosmic twins, forever linked by their shared origin. Now, let's send one on a journey to the edge of our galaxy and the other to the opposite end of the universe. Despite the unimaginable distance, they remain a single system, mysteriously and instantaneously connected. If you observe a property of the particle here with you, like its spin, you don't just deduce the state of its distant twin, you instantaneously define it. If one spins up, the other, light years away, will instantly spin down. It's a perfect, instantaneous correlation, a dance of cosmic opposites choreographed across the fabric of space-time. They are two sides of the same quantum coin, forever reflecting one another. It's tempting to think they communicate faster than light, but the truth is far more profound. They don't. There is no message sent, no signal traversing the void. Their connection is non-local. It exists outside the conventional boundaries of space and time. This suggests a deeper dimension to reality, an underlying order where separation is not the fundamental rule. Physicists like David Bohm called this the implicate order, a hidden, undivided wholeness from which our explicit, fragmented world unfolds. In this deeper reality, the two particles were never truly separate. They are, and always have been, two expressions of a single, indivisible entity. This quantum principle serves as a powerful mirror for our own lives. We navigate the world feeling like separate individuals, isolated particles adrift in the vast cosmos. This feeling of separation, reinforced by our physical bodies and our individual egos, can lead to loneliness, fear, and conflict. But what if this feeling is the grandest of illusions? Quantum consciousness suggests that at a deeper level we are all entangled. Our individual minds are not isolated islands, but are inextricably woven into a single unified field of consciousness. Those moments of profound connection, the shared glance with a stranger, the collective gasp at a sunset, the deep empathy for another's pain are not anomalies. They are glimpses of our true nature. This unseen thread of connection doesn't stop with humanity. It connects you to me, and it connects us both to the living world around us. It is woven into the ancient wisdom of the trees, whose roots form a vast, intelligent network beneath our feet, sharing resources and information. It flows through the rhythmic pulse of the oceans, the cradle of life whose tides dance with the moon. It shines in the silent fire of the stars, for the very iron in our blood and calcium in our bones were forged in the heart of an exploding supernova. We are not just living on the earth, we are the earth, experiencing itself. Herein lies the secret behind the power of focused intention. It's more than just wishful thinking. When you quiet your mind and send a clear, loving thought to someone in need, you are consciously engaging this pre-existing entangled connection. Think of a time you had a sudden urge to call a loved one, only to have them ring you first. These aren't mere coincidences. They are flickers of this non-local bond. A scattered, anxious mind sends out incoherent, chaotic waves, but a focused, heart-centered mind generates a coherent wave, like a laser. This focused energy can be perceived by another, offering comfort, healing, and strength, unbound by physical distance. This fundamental connection is also the source of empathy, the profound ability to feel what another feels, to step into their world and see through their eyes. It's the resonance of our shared consciousness. Every act of kindness, every gesture of compassion, sends a harmonious ripple through this intricate web of humanity, strengthening the entire field. Conversely, every thought of judgment, fear, or hatred sends a discordant vibration. This isn't just a private, internal event, it creates static in the collective field, subtly affecting everyone, reinforcing the illusion of separation and contributing to the world's suffering. Your inner state is never truly just your own. It is a contribution to the whole. Recognizing this profound truth is not merely an intellectual exercise, it is the most crucial step in our collective spiritual evolution. We stand at a crossroads with a choice: to continue living by the illusion of separation or to awaken to the reality of our interconnection. This awakening is the foundation for a new world, a world built not on division and competition, but on deep compassion, radical empathy, and conscious cooperation. It is a future where we honor the divine spark in each other, in all living things, and in the planet we call home. In the quantum world, everything has a dual nature. It is both a particle, it is also a wave. A particle is a thing solid, located, predictable. A wave is a field of possibility spread out, energetic, full of potential. Spiritual evolution shifts identity from particle to wave, a quantum leap of consciousness. The particle remains, but we don't identify exclusively with it. We see it as a temporary expression of a vaster self. This leap requires faith, a leap from the known into the unknown. Embracing the wave means letting go of certainty and trusting the flow of life. We attract instead of chase. We become magnetic to synchronicities and miracles, not passive, but active surrender. Set intention. Release it into the quantum field. Trust the wave of potential to carry it to fruition. In our journey as travelers of consciousness, we inevitably encounter challenges. We face obstacles, setbacks, moments of darkness. From the limited perspective of the ego, these are problems. From the expanded perspective of quantum awareness, these challenges are not problems, they are gateways. They are opportunities for growth, an alchemical fire sent to purify us. It burns away limiting beliefs, fears, attachments. Think of a caterpillar entering its chrysalis. To an outside observer, it looks like death. Inside, a dissolution occurs to birth something new. Within that chaos, imaginal cells activate. The old form dissolves for the new to emerge. Our challenges are our chrysalis. It feels messy and confusing, but in surrender, our higher self can take form. We stop resisting and start asking, what is this here to teach me? By bravely facing challenges, we turn lead into gold. We alchemize suffering into wisdom and emerge stronger, brighter. The obstacle becomes the way. The pain becomes the portal. Every problem holds a gift in its hands. Quantum physics teaches us, at the most fundamental level, everything is vibration. There are only patterns of energy, fields of information, all vibrating at different frequencies. Our thoughts and emotions are vibrations. Fear, anger, shame, slow, dense, heavy, love, joy, gratitude, fast, light, high frequency. Our spiritual evolution is a process of consciously raising our personal vibration. It is a journey of tuning our instrument, our body-mind system. For a long time, humanity has been tuned to lower channels of fear and survival. But we can change the station. We can choose thoughts that vibrate higher. We can tune into the broadcast of love. Practices like meditation, gratitude, acts of kindness raise the field. Our coherent, high-vibration energy field affects people and environment. One person in unconditional love can uplift an entire community. As more of us master our inner vibration, we create a symphony of harmony. The dissonant chords of fear begin to fade. We are changing the world by changing our own song. A fascinating concept, emerging from the frontiers of quantum physics and echoing the deepest truths of ancient mysticism, is the idea of a holographic universe. This isn't just speculation. It's a principle that physicists like David Bohm have seriously contemplated. It suggests our vast, three-dimensional reality is a projection of information encoded on a distant, two-dimensional cosmic surface. This radical idea finds a surprising parallel in ancient wisdom, from the Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, to the Vedantic teaching that the ultimate reality is identical to the individual self. Both science and spirit are pointing to the same conclusion. The world we perceive is not the fundamental reality. To truly grasp this, consider how a physical hologram is made. A laser beam is split. One part illuminates an object, and its reflected light is captured. The other part is shown directly onto the recording surface. The interference pattern created where these two beams meet is what gets recorded, a complex, seemingly chaotic scramble of information. But when another laser illuminates this recording, the original image is perfectly reconstructed. Now, here is the magic. If you shatter that holographic plate, every single piece, no matter how small, still contains the complete information of the whole image. The entire picture is non-locally distributed, present in every single fragment. Now, let's apply this profound principle not just to the cosmos, but to the very nature of your own consciousness. Quantum physics has shown us that the observer is not separate from the observed. The act of looking changes what is being looked at. This suggests consciousness is not a passive bystander, but an active participant in the creation of reality. You are not just a tiny, isolated fragment adrift in a vast, indifferent universe. You are a focal point of awareness through which the universe experiences itself. You are the entire universe, all of its complexity and history, contained and reflected within a single point of awareness. The whole is in every part. This is the key that unlocks everything. All the primordial wisdom that spun the galaxies into existence, all the explosive creative power that birthed stars, and all the boundless, unifying love that is the very gravity of the cosmos. These are not external forces you must seek. They are already encoded within the very fabric of your being. This encoding isn't just in the elegant spiral of your DNA, but in the subtle energy field of your consciousness itself. You are a microcosm of the macrocosm. Therefore, the search for meaning or enlightenment doesn't require a pilgrimage to a holy mountain. The ultimate sanctuary has always been within you. The spiritual journey is not one of becoming something you are not, but of remembering what you have always been. It is a process of gently removing the dense layers of conditioning that obscure your inner light. These layers are the limiting beliefs you've inherited, the story of separation your ego tells, and the fears that keep you small. Each layer you peel back reveals more of the brilliant, holographic truth of your own nature. This profound realization completely transforms how we see each other. The illusion of the other begins to dissolve. When you look into the eyes of another person, any person, you are no longer just seeing a separate individual. You are gazing at another magnificent, unique expression of the entire universe, looking back at itself with curiosity and recognition. In their eyes, you can see the same starlight that burns within you. This understanding is the foundation of true compassion, the end of judgment, and the beginning of authentic human connection. Embracing this holographic truth is the ultimate act of empowerment. It shifts you from a state of perceived powerlessness to a state of profound co-creation with the universe. It is the realization that, as the poet Rumi wrote, "You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop." This isn't about egoic control or bending the world to your will. It's about aligning your personal will with the universal will, moving from resistance to flow, and recognizing that the creative intelligence of the cosmos flows through you. So how do you access this infinite information field? You can tap this universal database through practices that quiet the noisy analytical mind. Through meditation, you still the surface waves of thought to perceive the deep ocean of awareness beneath. Your intuition becomes your most trusted guide. It is the language of your holographic self, a direct line to the source code of reality. It manifests as that gut feeling, that sudden flash of insight, that feeling of knowing without knowing how you know. Pay attention to your dreams and notice the synchronicities in your life. They are the universe winking at you, reminding you of the interconnected web you are part of. As you begin to truly embody this truth, the persistent feeling of being small and separate simply dissolves. It is replaced by a quiet confidence, a deep sense of belonging, and an unshakable inner peace. You stop playing a minor role in the story of your own life and start making choices from the profound power of your holographic wholeness. This is not a destination to be reached, but a state of being to be lived moment by moment. It is the journey of awakening to the magnificent universal truth that you are and have always been whole and complete. We are standing at the threshold of the most exciting time in human history. The convergence of quantum science and spiritual wisdom is the catalyst for a planetary transformation. We are collectively moving through the chrysalis. The old world built on separation, materialism, fear is dissolving. This breakdown is the necessary step before the breakthrough. Humanity is preparing to take a quantum leap in consciousness. This golden age will not be brought by a technology or a leader alone. It will be born from a shift within our hearts and minds. We will know our deep entanglement with each other and all life. Competition replaced by cooperation. Scarcity replaced by shared abundance. The seeds of this golden age are already sprouting. Every time you choose love over fear, you water these seeds. You are a pioneer and a co-creator of this beautiful future. The journey has begun. The quantum awakening is here. And a magnificent new dawn awaits us all.